Noskova serving first, love 15. Happy Saturday, everyone. Happy women's Wimbledon final to everyone in the chat. 15 all. This is such a huge match for both of these players. The one question I have, whether the nerves are going to be part of this match. You know, maybe in the beginning, maybe at the very end, when one of them has a chance to close it out, or maybe throughout the whole match. You never know. Beautiful drop shot from Noskova. That's one area of her game that a lot of people, don't realize that she has, which is her versatility. She's a great doubles player. She plays a lot of doubles, and she likes to mix things up. She's not just pure power. I mean, that's how she wins matches, with pure power. She's got one of the biggest serves on tour, if not the biggest right now. Rybakina is struggling a little bit. I'll still give Rybakina the #1 spot for the best serve on WTA Tour, but I'd put Noskova a close second. She's got incredibly powerful ground strokes. It's a nice hold from Noskova right there. One love. But it's not all about power. It's also the versatility. She can slice both forehands and backhands. She has that two-handed backhand slice. It's like that 2-to-1 technique. She hits drop shots like that. She hits backhand slices like that. Even backhand volleys. And she mixes things up. She knows how to draw the opponent in. Like I said, she'll utilize drop shots sometimes. And she's quite good at the net. So that's why I picked her to win Wimbledon. It's not just because of her power, it's also because of the versatility. But on the other hand, Muchova is the ultimate versatility player. She has everything that you need to succeed on grass, or really to succeed in general in tennis. She's got the transition game, she's got the field game, maybe the best lob in the women's game, maybe the best net game, maybe the best transition game, and of course she has a very clean and powerful ground strokes, although I will say that the backhand side is the side that produces more errors, and it is the side that will for sure, hold on a second. Hold on 1 second. Fuck's sake. Okay, we are back. I apologize for that. Simone was about to throw up all over my carpet, so he did throw up quite a bit, so we had to clean that real quick. So I don't want to sit here with it was right next to me, so it's just normal for a cat. Maybe a hairball or something. I think it was a hairball, but in any case, Muchova holds 1-all. Let me go back to what I was saying before. The versatility of Muchova makes her a phenomenal grass court player, but if we want to take a look at where she can be vulnerable, it's her backhand side. She doesn't have a poor backhand by any means, but I think that's where more mistakes come from. And that's how, Coco Gauff got to her many times in their head-to-head, and she had some good success with attacking the Muchova backhand even in the semifinals. So I think Noskova will have to put a lot of pressure to that side today, and I think she's going to have a good chances to win. But it's a very open match. It can go both ways. Now, on top of everything, when two country women play each other, that's a whole separate set of pressures that they have to deal with. It's not something the players are looking for in a big final, to play somebody that they know really well from the same country. I'll never forget Becker versus Stich in 1991, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong with the year, but that was a nightmare for Becker. He lost to Stich in straight sets, and then was sitting afterwards in his house in London, and it was just drinking beer and just contemplating life. He said that was one of the worst losses of his career. He hated playing Stich. They didn't like each other very much. Now, I don't know the history between Muchova and Noskova, and I'm not saying that they don't like each other. It could be friends, but still, playing somebody from the same country, for example, let's say US Open semifinal, Fritz versus Tiafoe. These guys are great friends, but that was such a tense match, such a pressure-filled match. So, for that reason, this is an interesting final as well. Let's take a look at the chat and see what's going on in here. See what you guys are saying. Ismail is in the house. Monique, how you doing? Random tennis gal. You get to watch today without any pressure. Yesterday you had a hard day with Sinner. It wasn't that much of a tension-filled match, for all the Sinner fans. It was pretty straightforward. But still, with Djokovic, you never know. You never can relax when you're a fan of somebody that's facing Djokovic. I learned that the hard way, being a Rafa fan all these years. So it was 4-4-4, but still, you couldn't really relax too much in that match because you didn't know whether Djokovic was going to turn it on or if Sinner's level was going to drop a little bit. But Sinner ended up playing a very clean match and maintained a high level through the entirety of the match. So 2-1 Noskova. Nice serve there out wide from Muchova, 15-love. Simona Halep is in the house. Since we're in the early stage of this match, I want to discuss WTA fandom, which I think is very interesting. Good morning, Forever 25. Good to see you in here. Anna is in here. Night Rush. In Sim City is in the house. Got a lot of regulars already. Sharapova is here. And Kvitova is here. Got a lot of tennis celebrities in the stands. Retired ones. But let me discuss tennis WTA fandom. So there are people who love the WTA. Some of them prefer the WTA over the ATP. And then there's the ones that often show up in my comment sections. They will say things like, why are you even talking about the WTA? Nobody cares. These are the WTA haters. These are usually the ones that will complain about equal prize money and all that stuff. So just to let you know, I cover both ATP and WTA, and I am a huge WTA fan. But what's interesting with people that don't like WTA is that they will generally like players such as Anand, Barty, and Muchova. Why? Because they have stylistic elements of their game that are more similar to ATP style. So for those reasons, because these WTA players have more of an ATP style, that's why they like them. And I don't like these type of fans, because you're liking the WTA player because of an ATP style. That's a wrong reason, in my opinion, to like the WTA player. You should like a WTA as a whole, and which presents many different styles of strokes, and many different type of players, attackers, defenders, slicers, and dicers. You see a lot of different things on the WTA Tour. And of course, you see phenomenal players like Muchova who have an all-around game. But breakpoint chance for Noskova right here to get ahead in this first set with a break. 30-40. That's a deep return from Noskova right there. An inside-out forehand, slice from Muchova, and a down-the-line backhand from Noskova. That's the power tennis that's hard to defend against. Noskova is a brutal striker of the ball, and she can put a tremendous amount of pressure on opponents. Take the racket out of their hand. She gets the break, up 3-1. Hello, Candy XX. Hello, Joe61. Good to see you guys in here. Hello, Rafa Yibran. Good to see you in here. The backhand is like the center backhand. It's from here, directed to here. It's like from the middle of the court, directed to the forehand side. Noskova is very good at that shot. And that's the type of shot that you can practice a lot playing doubles. If you return on the deuce side, you get really good at inside-out backhands. So I recommend to a lot of players to actually play doubles, because it's going to potentially broaden your repertoire as a player. And we do see this on WTA Tour frequently, not so much on the ATP Tour. You know, singles players that are ranked very highly that also play doubles. We got Mertens, Noskova, Goff, Ostapenko, and so on. There's even more. Nice wide serve from Noskova. And she hits a cross-court backhand, misses it wide a little bit, 30-15. Yes, these two have played before. Once in 2025, and Muchova won. She's up 1-love in the head-to-head. It was a three-set victory. Thank you, Pristine Faith. I appreciate you. Big serve from Noskova. 40-15. With Linda on the serve, she does mix it up a lot. So the speed is not always going to be sky high, because she'll utilize her slice a lot. And, you know, she'll go here, for example, very close to the line with slice. And she got so many free points off that against Kostyuk. It's that slice serve out wide. You know, she mixes things up on the serve. It's not just flat and hard. And anytime you put slice or spin on the ball, it takes the pace out of it, you know? So you see like a first serve at 103, but it's still a service winner, or sometimes can be even an ace. So like Goff, she hits hard and flat on a lot of her first serves. And she gets incredible speed, way higher than Noskova, like in the mid 120s. Like she hit 127, I think, in the match against was it Pegula, or was it the semi? I think it was Pegula. She hit 127 against Pegula. But I would consider the Noskova serve to be better than Goff's, despite Goff serving faster. And there's Muchova from 40-15 to 40-all. Noskova got to be careful here. There's that serve placement from Noskova. You see that serve, 110? Like not golf numbers, but that thing is placed like right here, like this. And 110 is plenty of pace if you hit it right here. And that was flat too. Can still be a service winner or even an ace. She's an incredible spot server, Noskova. Nice inside out forehand from Noskova. There's that two-handed drop shot that I talked about. And she holds up 4-1. Beautifully constructed point from Noskova. Guys, I just got to get my phone real quick. I'll be right back, okay? You hang in there, hang tight, don't go anywhere. I still have it. We're back, guys. Now I got the stats over here. We can get into the nitty-gritty of this match with the stats. Muchova serving down 1-4. Nice forehand there from Muchova. Drop shot. Noskova runs it down. It's a nice lob, but Muchova covers it with a defensive volley. Noskova not the best mover on the WTA Tour, but the movement is not a weakness. And she is very stable. In other words, she can crouch down and redirect. And she moves well. I would say laterally would be the weaker movement for her, but forward, backward, she's quite good. You know, if you were to like drag or get errors out of the Noskova game, a good idea would be to open up the court and make her hit hard on the run. $15-all. There's a chip return from Noskova. I'm not a big fan of her chip. You know, it's a two-handed chip. A lot of times it sits up. You know, she did win the match against Kostyuk with that chip, match point, 30-40, 6-4, 5-4 on the Kostyuk serve. She chipped the backhand and then Kostyuk sailed the forehand wide, inside out. But it's not low enough to chip. That's a shot that can still improve from Noskova. And Noskova overhits the forehand. Long, 40-15. And I heard that interview from Novak. Yes, I heard that response. It was a good response. And that Italian guy, I've heard him a lot. He's usually very good. And maybe, you know, Novak took him a little bit out of context, but Novak, rightfully so, you know, he got a little bit defensive there because look, Novak is doing a phenomenal job and he's bringing so much entertainment to the world of tennis. And these constant questions about number 25, you know, like I said, I listen to Novak a lot and I extract a lot of information from him. I even listen to Novak in like Serbian or Croatian podcast. He did one with a former Croatian soccer player. It's a phenomenal podcast. And you learn a lot about Novak there. He's very open, especially when he's speaking in Serbian. And I know I've said it in many videos, he's not playing for number 25. That's not what he's playing for. He's not what we're not going to get into Novak now and lose focus of this match, but Novak said in this interview that you're referring to from yesterday that he's not playing for number 25. He's playing for the love of the game. And I've discussed this in other videos. There's that slice ace from Noskova. That serve is so good from Noskova that she gets it, you know, she gets it short in the box. That's the secret right here. And then when it's short in the box, it exits the court with a much steeper trajectory like this. And the chances of getting that type of serve back are very low. Pete Sampras used to utilize that serve every now and then. And we got a little bit of a wild double fault there. That second serve, she overhit that by a lot. 15-all. Didn't manage to get enough kick on that thing. There's another slice serve. This one was longer in the box, but a good forehand from the half court from Noskova. It's a good lob there from Muchova. And a great deep defensive backhand from Noskova. The 30-15. That point was huge right there, 15-all. Simon, what is it? You want to draw? You want to take a look at the draw, buddy? Here you go. All right, here you go. Go ahead. Here's your draw. You want the men's draw? It's not distracting at all, Simone. Second serve. (40-15). You know, he's going to do this for like a few more minutes and he's going to get bored of it. But unless I give it to him, he's going to go after it back there and it's going to be even more annoying. And an ace from Noskova holds the 15, 5-2. All right, Simone, you done? See what I mean? He's already done. Mission accomplished. Or maybe not yet. He's going after it one more time over here on this side. Nice, Simone. Nice job. Nick, is this coffee from yesterday? Yes, it is. It's a coffee from yesterday. Absolutely. It's not a new one because I'm quitting. I'm quitting after this Wimbledon tournament. No more coffee. My cat loves to shred Amazon boxes. Same here. Any box I have, Simone will put holes in it. Any like paper bag from Whole Foods or something, Simone will like do this. He'll put holes in it. He was just fed. He was fed literally right before the match. All right, Simone, you done? And Muchova is spraying some balls here and there. Okay, that's enough, Simone. It's not getting a little too much now. All right, you had a good time with the draw. I will put it back there. We're going to throw it in the trash after this tournament because that thing is destroyed. Yeah, so Muchova definitely not on the top of her game so far. You know, producing some unforced errors here and there. Noskova in full control of this first set. Love 15, second serve. And it's been so quick, like 26 minutes, we're already at 5-2. Set could be over in 2 minutes. It's an incredible return from Noskova down the line off a second serve. Ah, Simone, you're really annoying now. What do you want? What is it? Second serve again from Muchova. A great deep return from Noskova through the middle. Noskova hitting deep. A lot of power, putting pressure on Muchova. Muchova with the forehand error. Here's love 40. 3 set points. Happy Saturday, Tommy Player 1. Good to see you in here. Big serve from Noskova, right from Muchova, sorry. Big serve. 15-40. 1 set point saved. Simone, come on, not again the draw. Please. You're going to fall back there, by the way. But he's old, by the way. He's not as agile as he once used to be. He's, 14 years old. He's got to be careful. Second serve. And Noskova goes for that down the line rip. Misses not by much. She almost had that return. 30-40, 1 set point left. Once the set is over, I'm going to give him some treats. Simone is still the GOAT, of course. Simone will always be the GOAT. And there's a beautiful serve there from Muchova down the tee, very well placed. And it's deuce. What a return from Noskova right there. That serve was not well placed. It landed like right here. That's not good enough placement because, you know, when Noskova has the forehand return right on her strings, she's going to rip that thing and it goes in a lot. It's an incredible cross-court return winner. And the serve was not fast either at 100 miles an hour. Set point number 4. Ace, Muchova down the tee. Back to deuce. Hi Nick, I really like your live and comment. I went to Kentucky for graduate school and visited Paducah a lot. Feel connected that you went to Murray State. Lazy Dog and Wildcat. That's so cool. Yeah, I've been to Paducah so many times. My coach Mel Purcell had us play in Paducah a lot, practice in Paducah. We even played some tournaments there, so like warm-up tournaments prior to the season starting. And yeah, I'll always be connected to Murray State. I had a great time there. It's another big forehand return from Noskova. And wow, what a deep backhand from Noskova. Like literally the thing landed right here. And Muchova is not doing a good job deflecting today. He's not doing a good job deflecting, absorbing the power off. Okay, Simone now has transitioned to the Trader Joe bags. I just went to Trader Joe, so I will have to take a break because it's very distracting. But yeah, Noskova is just simply overpowering Muchova right now. There's too much power, too much depth. Good serve there from Muchova. Doesn't do enough with the volley. Lob from Noskova goes in, and there's a set from Noskova. What a play. And we saw a little bit of versatility with that two-handed chip passing shot. She forced Noskova to hit a low volley and then gave her a lob right after that with a forehand. Those are feel shots. Those require a lot of feel, those two shots. It's a phenomenal set from Noskova. I don't even think the first set lasted 30 minutes. So now she gets to serve first in the second set. Not a good start for Noskova. Okay, I have to go. I don't know if you can hear this, but I have to go. I have to go real quick to feed Simone treats or something. I'll be right back. All right. Simone is fed. I think he's going to be calmer now. Second set, Noskova serving first. We got second serve. I'm sorry, my bad. First serve. There was a let on the first. It's a nice combo of shots. Body serve. She gets a short ball from Muchova, and then just a clean down-the-line forehand winner. Mentally, Noskova seems calm. She seems confident, not overwhelmed by the occasion. Muchova, potentially a little bit tight. Like that return, for example, didn't penetrate through the court. You know, you would think that the tension would fall off, you know, once you lose that first set, but sometimes it stays with you. We all remember the Anisimova match from last year, where she just couldn't shake off the tension, the pressure through the entirety of the match, even though she, you know, really wasn't a tense match per se. You know, it was 0-0, but still she was so nervous the whole match. So look, this is a huge occasion, and I thought prior to the match that since Noskova has been in a Grand Slam final, 2023 Roland Garros, she played well, lost in 3 sets to Swiatek. She was going to have the advantage there, but so far, Noskova handling the occasion better, it appears. Of course, we can't look inside of the player's mind. We don't know. We can just assume what's happening. It could just be that, you know, it's just, Noskova is just too good right now. It's too much power. And Muchova with no answers to the power and the versatility of Noskova. Because here's another thing with Noskova that's like important to consider. It's not just her serve. She's got a phenomenal serve. I've talked about it enough. I mean, she's won 93% of first serve points today. Like 13 out of 14 points she won on the first serve. So pretty much no chance for Muchova so far to win a point off the first serve of Noskova. And on the return of serve, Noskova has won a lot of points off the first serve of Muchova. So she's, you know, Muchova has won 57% of first serve points, 12 out of 21. So Noskova was able to take a lot of points off Muchova's first serve. So this is why this match is so one-sided right now. And here's love 30. Big danger for Muchova right here. She's going to have to mix things up. She's going to have to use her versatility to try and change the rhythm of this match, change the tone of this match. Maybe serve and volley, maybe throwing some drop shots. If this continues, this is going to be over in an hour. How much time has lapsed so far? 40 minutes. This could be over real quick. Serve and volley, yeah, why not? There's a beautiful serve from Muchova there wide. And she draws the error on the return from Noskova. 15-30. This is the danger of WTA finals and Grand Slams, is that because it's best of 3, sometimes you just have a blowout match. We had one last year. We might get one again. So my suggestion for so long has been to make the Grand Slam finals for women best of 5. Because then you not only give that player that's maybe feeling the tension and a little bit more of a chance to get into the match, but you avoid matches that are over in under an hour in a final, which are always so disappointing, you know. I don't mind it so much in a regular tournament or Masters 1000, and I don't mind it if it's a 3-love set Grand Slam final for men, if one player is just on fire. But I feel like if a Grand Slam final, which is the ultimate tennis match, right? If that match is over under an hour, or I don't know, it's kind of a bummer. It's kind of anticlimactic when it happens. So at least if it was best of 5 sets, even if it's a blowout, it would at least take an hour and a half. So I think it would make a lot of sense. And sometimes you would maybe get an epic 5-set match in a women's final, which would be amazing. 30-all. And from love 30 to 40-30, this is huge for Muchova right here. This is huge. I agree, aura flow. A lot of these players play doubles. They wouldn't have any problem playing best of 5. No problem whatsoever, I'm telling you. And again, you don't need to make the whole tournament best of 5. And it's not anything new. They used to do that in the WTA finals way back in the day. For a short while, they played best of 5. And they even had some 5-set matches in that tournament. It's back in the 90s, I think. And a phenomenal hold from Muchova right there from love 30. This was so important. So, and again, that wide serve, forehand down the line, and she knocks off the overhead. That wide serve has been causing a lot of damage to Muchova. She's going to have to make an adjustment on her return. Maybe experiment with different return positioning. Maybe close off that angle right here, you know? Like stand here. Maybe give up that spot like Ferry was doing yesterday, like start here and then slide over. I don't know if you guys saw that. Ferry was standing here in the first set and was giving Zverev this corner right here, and then he would slide over, you know, mid-service motion just to kind of throw Zverev off. So Muchova has to experiment with the return positioning a little bit, because that in itself can sometimes cause the server to start missing first serves. And there's a forehand error, misses by like maybe a millimeter, a couple of millimeters. 15-all. This could be a momentum flip too here. If she can somehow get into this return game, maybe get a break. Momentum could flip really quick. That's a fantastic return from Muchova. Forehand cross-court return. Noskova gets it back in play. Inside out forehand winner from Muchova, 15-30. I know Rafa is your favorite men's player, but who's your favorite women's player? Monica Seles, all-time favorite. By far. Monica Seles. The serve disappearing a little bit for Noskova in this game. Second serve. It's a big chance right here for Muchova. Big return there, deep in the middle of the court. Noskova backs up, can't control her backhand, hits it into the net, 15-40. 2 breakpoint chances. Big serve from Noskova down the tee, and she puts away the forehand cross court, 30-40, first breakpoint chance saved. Let's see if she can come up with another big serve right here. She is very clutch with her serve. She's going to try again on that first serve. And a phenomenal serve there from Noskova. Down the tee. Muchova shanks the return. And 2 break point chances saved. Back to deuce. Good return there from Muchova, slice backhand. Noskova with another backhand error, second one in this game, off a deep ball. And add out another breakpoint chance for Muchova. She's getting a couple of errors from deep balls, central deep balls. She should take note of that and just keep going hard through the middle. She's got a couple of backhand errors from Noskova. Second serve. Now this is a big chance right here to flip this match. Nice backhand from Muchova, slice defense from Noskova, and Muchova overhits on break point. Fist pump for Noskova. She knows how huge this moment is. This is so big right here. This is a very important game because this could be the momentum switch right here. And remember, it was love 30 in the previous game. That's how tennis can be sometimes. It's one love 30 on the Muchova serve. So this is so important because Noskova will have chances to break. That's a heavy second serve from Muchova. Backhand return error there from Muchova. Sorry, these names are like, these are tough. We should call them by their first name. Add in. T serve. And that half-court forehand has been so solid today from Noskova. I don't think she's missed a single one. Super high percentage too. Like she doesn't go for like, she gets a half-court forehand here. She doesn't go for the line. She hits it like very somewhat central on one side and just rips it. And she's so rock solid with that shot. 2-1. That was a huge hold for Noskova because that could have been a momentum flip right there. And now she continues to return like she has been. She's going to give herself chances to break pretty much in any service game of Muchova. Muchova is going to have to step up her game on the serve. She's going to have to. Because again, Muchova has only won 57% of first serve points in the first set. And overall in the match, 58%. Can't really judge the second set yet of that one game, but it's going to be tough for Muchova. She's going to have to start serving better. Get more first serves in and be more aggressive on the first serve. Okay, let's do a little poll. I got to remind myself to do the polls. These are fun. I should have done one from the beginning. There's a little poll, guys. We're going to keep doing these. And that's a nice serve right there from Muchova. 15 love. Thank you, True Tennis Vibe. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Two big serves consecutively from Muchova. Serving a lot better. 30 love. 3 big serves in a row from Muchova. She answered my question. I said she's going to have to start serving better, and she is. It's the best service game so far from Muchova, by far. 40 love. 3 big first serves in a row. 4 first serves in a row from Muchova, and knocks off that half-court forehand inside in. Love hold. Best service game of Muchova so far in the match. Whoops. And in this game, Noskova won 0% of first serve points. You know what's happening though on the return of serve of Muchova? She's getting jammed a lot. Noskova is able to jam her with these slices. They're directed like centrally in the box. And Muchova is just not getting out of the way. And she's hitting the return so weak. They're landing on the half court, and Noskova is just picking up those half court shots, hitting winners with her forehand and her backhand. That last point was a backhand winner. And that was a tough shot for Noskova there. The ball might have bounced weird. And the chip off, or forehand slice off Muchova, I think the bounce was very difficult to handle. And Noskova didn't get there early enough. 15-all. That's a nice volley there from, look at the volley skills from Noskova. What a point. Big T serve. Follows it in with a great half-court backhand approach shot. It wasn't easy because it was low. And then just an incredible backhand volley on the stretch. Full stretch, and she maintained her feel. And she uses both hands on the backhand volley, the backhand slice, and the backhand drop shot. It's like that 2-to-1 technique. Very impressive. And again, that right there has been the story of the match. Big first serve, Muchova unable to get any depth on the return, and Noskova hitting winners on the first ball in the rally with either her forehand or her backhand. Again, down the line backhand winner. 40-15. Second serve. Drop shot from Noskova, and a lob. It's an incredible combo. It goes in. And a backhand slice cross court for a winner. How often do you see a slice winner? Close to never. And how often do you see a two-handed backhand slice winner? Almost never. That was a crazy cross-court angled slice. But again, you know, her feel is very good, Noskova. Like, she just pulled off the drop shot lob combo. One of the most difficult combinations in the game of tennis. And it was a volley lob. So this requires a tremendous amount of feel. Very soft hands. Again, one of the reasons why I picked her to win Wimbledon, because she's very good on grass. This type of game is very effective on grass. Up 3-2 in the second set. 3 games away from the Wimbledon title. Nick is back with the coffee. It's the one from yesterday. I'll probably get one tomorrow for the men's final. And then I'm quitting. Actually, I'm doing a wrap-up show on Monday, like I always do after the Grand Slam. So I might have one for that one, but then I'm gonna be done with it for good. It's not coming back for US Open or the Canada Masters or the Cincinnati Masters. I'm done. I'm gonna quit. I quit in Roland Garros, yes. And I didn't have any coffee, but then you know, at Wimbledon, there was a couple of days that were tough. I'm not gonna lie. There were some long matches, a lot of streaming, do a daily video, wrap-up video. Some days I finish at like 2, 3 a.m., you know? So, not a lot of sleep. Love 15. All right, Muchova, better be careful here. This is danger zone. Danger zone right here. And Noskova overhits the forehand. She liked that forehand back. It wasn't a difficult forehand, but she just overhit it just a tad. 15-all. Joe says so many players using the E-zone now. Yonex has really taken over both tours. Yes, Yonex, I would say in the last 5 to 10 years, Yonex has made a big push. And I've even seen, like, Babolat was the racket that a lot of players were using. And in fact, the Babolat Pure Aero at one point was the most used racket in the top 500 on the ATP Tour. But I feel like that's flipped. I don't know the numbers, but I feel like Yonex might be the most used racket right now on tour. If you take a look at the top 500, I don't know about the top 100. And you know, you see quite a few players switching to Yonex. I think Babolat is still strong. Wilson's still strong. You know, Head is still strong, but Yonex has made a push. That's an easy forehand miss from Muchova there. Noskova looped a return cross court. Noskova hit a forehand from the backhand, double zally, and misses it long, directing it inside in, 30-all. It's either going to be break point to go up 4-2 or game point. 15-40. It's not 30-all. My bad. Thought it was 30-all. So there's the break. It's a break. For some reason, I thought it was 30-all, but there's the break. 4-2. I got that racket talk. Got distracted. Big danger for Noskova right here. For Muchova. Jesus. His name's... She's going to change her racket. Maybe looking for a higher tension. Or maybe a lower tension because she's hit a lot of balls short in this match. So maybe it's a lower tension to get more depth. I don't know. But this is a big danger right here for Muchova. This thing can slip away from her in 10 minutes. It can be over. 6-2, 4-2, Noskova serving. Rybakina is very disappointed with this match. Muchova has folded under pressure of a Grand Slam final. She's not played anywhere near her best. Noskova has been very dominant, very solid. Also, her body language, she looks so calm out there. I don't know, looks confident to me, or Muchova looks the opposite. Like, she doesn't look confident. She looks kind of shell-shocked out there and is unable to play her game, has not been able to play aggressive. The stats are brutal in the favor of Noskova. It's been a nightmare match so far for Karolina. Noskova just on fire from the baseline, just ripping those forehands. And it's a down the line forehand winner, 30 love. Eparokua, good to see you in here. Noskova's got a great down the line forehand. There's a wide serve again, half court. She knocks it away with a little backhand chip shot. 40 love. Ismail, yeah, no, she's got a phenomenal forehand. It's a little bit unorthodox. Her loop is kind of shallow. You don't really see that too often, that shallow of a loop, but it works well for her. There's the ace down the tee from Noskova. Love hold after a break. I mean, she's like 2 games away from the Wimbledon championship, and there's like no nerves detected whatsoever. Like, she looks so confident right now. She looks so calm, may I say relaxed mentally, and delivers a love hold. But unfortunately, Muchova has not been able to find a solution to the problem on the first serve, other than that first or second hold in the second set where she held to love. She got 4 first serves in a row. That was the best game of the match for Muchova, but other than that, she's had no solution. She didn't mix up her game plan that much, didn't change her return positioning that much. And for a player with such versatility, it's it's kind of tough to see, because she has the repertoire to be able to make Noskova's life difficult out there, but not today. However, it's not over yet, 6-2, 5-2. Sounds like it's over, but if Muchova can hold here and make Noskova serve it out, then there's trouble in that game, maybe nerves. The match could flip again. So we shall see, guys. We shall see. David says, looks like you predicted the right winner on the women's side. I will not brag about that. I will not bring that up at all. In fact, I'm going to get Simone to eat the rest of the draw. And we're going to discard that. I did have it posted on my community page, so like all my draws. When I do them, I post them on my community page on YouTube, so you can find all of them there. I agree, Charles Lamange. We need 5-set Grand Slam finals for women. Yes, this would give Muchova another set to get into this match, And let it be 6-2 again, or 6-3. At least the match will last an hour and a half instead of, what is it? Let me see how long it's been. It's been 105, an hour. It's almost about to be over here. So another set, at least we get an hour and a half of a final. So this can happen sometimes, especially because in the women's side we have a lot of first-time finalists. In this case, it's really not like a good example because the first-time finalist is dominating. But how about Anisimova last year, or other examples like that? Khvalinska too. A beautiful rally from Muchova, 30-15. That was nice. She was able to draw Noskova in with a little slice and then curls that forehand cross-court for a passing shot winner. That was a beautiful point. And that play right there, that works. Like, she has not been able to bring Noskova in. Noskova has been coming forward on her own terms. And she also has not been able to really, pressure her laterally either. First serve miss from Muchova. Second serve, Linda is going to pounce on this second serve. She's going to pounce right here. The rip, clip to net. It's a brutal power from Noskova. Brutal forehand power. Muchova is fortunate that return clipped the net, and the net took some power away from that return. But then on that second forehand, she ripped and just overpowered Muchova. It's just a complete laser beam down the line. Not much you can do. 30-all. Noskova 2 points away from the Wimbledon title. Were you a coach at Boylan Tennis Club? No, I worked at Clock Tower. Clock Tower, not Boylan. In fact, I've never been at Boylan. And Noskova misses a backhand from a very good position in the court. She's disappointed for missing that one. She had a good opportunity there, 40-30. That could have been match point right there. Very deep backhand from Noskova. Overpowering Muchova there. She cannot redirect that power shot and dumps the backhand into the net. Deuce. Second serve. You're right, Ismail. Forced error. That's a forced error. That's a poor forehand error from Noskova. I feel like she didn't have the look there for that forehand. That return was kind of tricky. It was deep, and she went very acutely here, inside out, and dumps it into the net. Match point Noskova for the Wimbledon title. Wow. Guys, this is insane. Noskova about to win the whole thing. First serve out wide from Muchova. Forehand to the forehand of Noskova. And Noskova dumps a backhand into the net. Again, similarly like that last backhand, she was in a very good position and doesn't hit the backhand well. First match point saved. Remember, guys, this is tennis. You know, if Muchova can hold here, who knows what's going to happen in the next service games. You never know. This thing can still flip. It can be over right here, or it can continue. And we might get a third set. You never know. Second serve. Let's see if Noskova blasts the return. She should blast through the middle because Muchova has had a hard time redirecting those power shots through the middle of the court. It's a little different there. Noskova hits a return that's actually short inside the service line, and Muchova does an open stance backhand when it should have been a closed stance backhand. She didn't step up to that ball, was reaching a little bit forward and dumps the forehand into the net. Match point number 2 for Noskova. 1 point away from the Wimbledon championship. First serve goes wide, second serve. And second serve goes very deep. And another backhand error from Noskova. And we got some drama here. Back to deuce. It's the third backhand error in this game from Noskova. It's not a bad miss, though. Both of the last 2 backhand misses were not poor misses. Noskova was directing the ball hard through the middle. It's the right thing. She didn't catch the ball right. We steered it a tad. But she's using the right tactics. That's a beautiful slider out wide from Muchova. And it's add in. Second serve. Much better return there from Noskova. Probably less pressure, and she hits that way cleaner, you see? Like she was more tight, so obviously it's understandable. Match point for Wimbledon. But add in, that return looked more clean. Like she was more fluid there. And again, she rips it very centrally, very hard. Ball lands about right here between the service line and the baseline. And Muchova overpowered. Deuce. Let first serve again. Second serve. It's going to be a huge opportunity here for Noskova to strike again. They hit a very aggressive return. And she does exactly that. Monster return, but Muchova picks it up really well. Moon ball from Noskova. It's in. Bounce overhead from Muchova. Shoelace ripper from Noskova. And she's able to make mincemeat out of that pop-up volley from Muchova. Rips the ball. Muchova can't control the volley, and it's the third match point for Muchova in this game. This can't go on much longer. I think she's going to take it right here. I think she's going to open up and just rip. She's going to free up on this shot, even if it's a first serve. She gets a racket on it. It's long second serve again. I think Noskova rips here and makes a shot and puts pressure on Muchova with this return. Clips the net, slice from drop shot from Muchova off a net clipper. And Noskova doesn't run it down. I do think she's nervous now, Noskova. She's nervous. She's nervous for sure. Third match point saved. Look, Muchova was able to make the great escape against Goff. Can she do it again? She just saved 3 match points. I think she saved 2 of her second serve, or all 3 of her second serve. So it's definitely tension there for Noskova. I mean, she's not, a lot of these shots are tight. Deuce. Noskova just needs to rip one of these returns on match point. Just go for it. Through the middle of the court, go hard. Very nice forehand from Muchova, goes very deep, draws the error from Noskova, who dumps the forehand to the net, add in. Got some good drama here in this game, though. And if Muchova can hold, it's going to be very interesting to see whether Noskova can serve it out. But again, here on game point, let's see if Noskova again can play more freely. Now that the pressure is gone. Good return from Noskova. She runs down the line backhand from Muchova. And she hits a backhand wide, goes down the line. It's 5-3. Noskova is walking to the chair. I think she's going to grab another racket. Big test right here for Noskova. Will she be able to hold her nerves and deliver the type of serves that she's been delivering all tournament long? Just stick to the bread and butter and keep going. There's that wide serve. Swing volley winner into the forehand corner, 15-love. Phenomenal start to the service game. Could not be better for Noskova. There's another first serve on the line, it appears, and Muchova overhits the forehand return, 30-love. It's a dream start to this service game. Now the nerves are a lot less. She's gonna be swinging freely here. I think this match is over. Wide serve. She gets a backhand, a very good return from Muchova there. Short backhand from Noskova, and she dumps the forehand into the net. 30-15, different story. 30 love versus 30-15 is very different. I don't know about playing freely here. She better make that first serve. And the first serve goes long. Noskova is looking a little bit nervous here with the stop and go on her serve. You should take a deep breath and take her time. Good return from Muchova, and the backhand goes in, down the line from Noskova, and the forehand goes wide down the line from Noskova. It's 30 all, from 30 love to 30 all. I was wrong. I thought that, those first 2 points looked so solid from Noskova. I thought she was going to be okay, but now the nerves are back in play. Big time, 30 all. She needs the first serve right here. Oh, that was so close. She almost got the ace. Very close, maybe a centimeter wide, a couple of centimeters wide. Second serve. Strong backhand through the middle. Forehand slice from Noskova. Another forehand slice. And there's a forehand cross court winner from Muchova from 30 love to 30-40, 3 consecutive points. This could turn into a nightmare for Noskova. She got nervous at 30 all. And also, let's give credit to Muchova. She stepped up her game. She's starting to play better. She stopped giving free points. Swing volley from, Ooh. Muchova was there, but overran the ball. But nice combo of shots there. Wide serve. And the swing volley from Noskova has been on point. She's hit those really well in this match. Hits it inside in. Very central. Like I said, Muchova got there too early. Ended up trying to hit it behind the back. But couldn't put the strings on the ball. Deuce. Wide serve from Noskova, not placed well. It wasn't the general placement that she had all match here. This was more like here, which gave Muchova the chance to get the strings on the forehand return and put pressure on Noskova in the rally. Muchova hits a solid down the line backhand winner, break point chance number 2. Big serve from Noskova and a big forehand from the half court. Huge forehand. That was a big test right there from Noskova. And she passed it. She ripped that forehand. She's got to keep ripping. She's got to keep making that first serve. She needs to win this match rather waiting for it to be given. Not just she's doing that, but she needs to have that mindset. Second serve out wide, very strong from Noskova, inside out forehand, and there's the fourth match point. What a forehand there from Noskova. Great second serve too. She was able to push Muchova off the court and then hit that forehand beautifully into the open court off a very good return, by the way. So she had to back up a little bit on that forehand, pull back on it, and hit it very aggressively. Match point number 4. First serve right here. Goes long. Yikes. Second serve. And she abandons the toss, tries again. She's got to kick that thing in. Double fault. That's tough. That's tough. Nerves are there, playing a big factor in this one. A lot of tension in the arm right here. Big first serve and a down the line backhand winner from Muchova. Noskova is a lot of trouble right here. Breakpoint chance number, what is it, number 3? Ace from Noskova. I gotta tell you though, when she's been down in the score, she's played more freely and played her regular game. It's when she's up in the score where she got a little bit tight. She's got to keep going, keep plugging away. Stay calm, take a deep breath, and just keep going. Just keep ripping. Don't hold back. It's a beautiful serve down the tee. Forehand goes wide. That's a wild forehand there. She didn't have the look to go down the line. The ball from Muchova was very deep. Break point chance number 4. Noskova playing fast between the points, but look, that she always plays fast between the points. That's not something out of the ordinary. Another ace to save break point. It's incredible how well she's playing down in the score and how tight she gets on the match points. 2 aces to save break point consecutively. Back to deuce. And almost an identical forehand error to the last one. A deep return from Muchova. Noskova tries to end it on the first ball in the rally down the line. Misses wide. There's a 5th break point. Noskova in a lot of trouble right now. Mentally not doing well. She is not doing well mentally right here. It's the serve has to bail her out of this match. Will she get another first serve in right here? Another ace. But again, we got to give credit to Muchova who is stepping up her game. Like she's making a 3rd ace in a row. Are you kidding me? This is the most unbelievable thing I've ever seen in a women's match. 3 aces in a row on break point. But I was saying, Muchova is hitting very good returns and just really making Noskova's life a terrible right now trying to serve out this match. Oh, that didn't miss by much, that first serve. Second serve. Goes in. And another forehand winner from Muchova, cross court. And we got break point chance number 6. Also, did you notice, like, she's going down the tee more? Noskova on the deuce side. Like, what was worked so well the whole match was that wide serve. The angled wide serve, the slice right here. She abandoned that serve. She's falling in love with the tee because you know what the tee is? That one, if you hit it right, it doesn't come back. So she doesn't want to rally right now. But again, she hits another monster serve. And was that an ace? She get a racket on it because that would be the 4th consecutive ace to save match point. Well, I think Muchova might have gotten a racket on it. It's a service winner. It's absolutely insane what's happening right here, guys. And Noskova playing so fast. We barely get a breather here. Unbelievable. Go wide now. Let's go. That service works so well for Noskova. She does actually. She goes wide but misses into the net. Second serve. Double fault. And here's breakpoint chance number what? 7? She is speeding like crazy through this game. She got to slow down a little bit, I feel like. I know she might be a fast player, but she's got to slow down and think what she wants to do out there. Like it's a little too quick, everything. Kick serve. And Muchova breaks. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Look, this is tennis. Muchova has raised her game big time and really made Noskova earn this, this hold. Made her win it, and she couldn't. She just couldn't. She could not win it. But saving those break points was incredible. You know, hitting the ace every time. And then on deuce, she just couldn't. She couldn't get that first serve in. She just could not get the first serve in on deuce. Noskova. And it's been one of her best serves this whole tournament, that wide serve. She just couldn't find it. And when she found it, got to give credit to Muchova. You know, although it wasn't placed well, it was like about right here. Muchova was ripping those forehand returns deep, and Noskova was trying to redirect immediately into the backhand corner of Muchova and just didn't hit those forehands well. She sprayed two of them wide, way wide. So this is an incredible couple of games right here with a lot of drama. A lot of drama in this one. And all of a sudden, we got an hour and a half of this match, and we got a lot of drama. So that's how tennis can go. It's you know, it's like it's you know, it's could have been over. It could have been 2-2, but now it's 6-2, 5-4, and it's a lot more exciting. So that's how tennis can go. You never know what you're gonna get. That's what makes this game so fun to watch. It's so unpredictable. But look, Noskova can strike right here. Some of the pressure will have fallen off because now they're back on serve. And she can break right back and win this thing right here. And there's a forehand down the line return winner from Noskova, low 15. Second serve, Muchova. Very poor drop shot there from Noskova. The ball is too high and too deep. Easy slice passing shot winner for Muchova, 15-all. Look, Noskova has great feel. That's another forehand down the line winner from Noskova, 15-30. Well, I was going to say Noskova has great feel, but when you're tight, the feel shots are not a good solution. Let's go back to the Coco Golf match points. When you have a tight point, pressure point, unless this is a bread and butter thing that you do all the time, it's not a good idea to go with that in a pressure situations. Because your hands might be a little bit tight and you're going to make a mess of the drop shot. Big serve there from Muchova, 30-all. All. What a big point right here. Either game point or match point. Good return from Noskova. And there's another forehand from Noskova that overpowers Muchova. Goes very close to the baseline. And Muchova can't control her forehand. It's 30-40. Match point number 5. Match point number 5. First serve goes in from, wow, what a forehand there from Muchova. Inside, in. Forehand winner off a chip return. Incredible shot. Down match point. That's not an easy ball by any means. Incredibly clutch. And very impressive. Deuce. Second serve. And forehand return error from Noskova. Add in 5 match points saved by Muchova. Incredible match. Second serve. Shank forehand from Muchova, back to deuce. I just want to point out, though, how much of an anticlimactic vibe there was in this final when it was 6-2, 5-2. And look now, there's like unbelievable drama. Incredible drama. Deep forehand from Noskova, and she dumps the backhand into the net. Add in. Muchova did a great job defending that deep forehand from Noskova. It's not an easy shot. That thing was right on the line, or maybe right in front of the line. Game point. Chip return from Noskova. And a very deep ball from Muchova, and we're at 5-all, from 2-5 to 5-5. 5 match points saved. This is absolutely incredible. Incredible. And you know, on top of that, if you remember the golf match, I mean, Muchova was basically out of the tournament. That forehand was so easy for Goff. I know she said bounce weird, but that, even with a bad bounce, like that was a ball that she can put away. So very fortunate for Muchova to get out of that situation. Now again, saves 5 match points. Incredible that she's still in this. Absolutely incredible. 5-all. Thank you, Marcus, for the super chat. I appreciate you, man. Yes, Muchova has got nerves of steel. It's incredible. Let's see the poll. What's going on with the poll, guys? Whoa, 50-50 now. All right. It was like 80-20 before. Well, look, tennis is weird the way it can affect you. So now that it's 5-all, and she's now very far away from the match, maybe this will relax her again and take the tension out, and maybe she'll start playing better again, Noskova. Certainly this game is looking good so far. Although there was a somewhat weak backhand off a weak return from Muchova, and Muchova rips the forehand down the line. 30-15. Second serve. Backhand error from Noskova. 30 all. From 30 love to 30 all. Big trouble right here from Noskova. Second serve, 30 all. Another forehand error from Noskova. She's falling apart right here. (30-40). Noskova is in a big hole right here. I'm not sure if she can get out of this. Misses the first serve, second serve. Second serve goes right on the line. It's a tricky ball right there. She makes a mess of it. Misses the forehand. 6-5 Muchova. She will serve for the second set. Noskova is in a lot of trouble. She is completely self-destructing out here. Now, Muchova has raised her game, no doubt about it. But Muchova has had a tremendous amount of opportunities to finish this match off. And even here, 30 love, she basically gave this game away. She's playing very fast. The body language has not been positive, even though she's very close to the victory, or she was very close to the victory, not anymore. I feel like she didn't give herself time to settle herself, to pump herself up, to think about what she was going to do. She just rushed through all those match points. And yeah, it's just, it was just not, to me, it didn't strike me as good body language. And again, we got to give credit to Muchova because she raised her game big time at 5-2. You know, she made a lot of returns, made a lot of serves when it mattered the most. And, you know, she deserves a lot of credit for flipping this, no doubt about it. But Noskova will look back at this, and this is one of these things that can linger for the rest of your life. You'll never forget about something like this. So this is where coaching can be very helpful in a situation like this. Coaching can be very helpful. Look, I'm a guy that like tells you, coaching, look, it's not, players got to figure it out on their own. But I feel like here in this circumstance, if she could get a coaching timeout, it could help. Although a coach might not be able to break through what's going on mentally right now. It might be impossible to break through to a player because they're in an absolute nightmare. They're in a hell that you couldn't wish upon anyone. What Noskova is going through right now. 15 love. That's a big return. 15 all. She put her head under a towel though, so listen, this is a very experienced tennis player. I'm sure she's been in situations like this before, and she knows how to get out of it probably. So I don't think it's necessarily over for Noskova. We don't know. We shall see, but it's a big serve there from Noskova around the line. Again, Noskova has stepped up her game. She's hitting a lot of clutch shots. That was a big serve right there. I think hit the line. 30-15. Muchova 2 points away from the second set, miraculously. Big kick serve there. And Muchova makes the forehand inside in. It goes deeper than she wanted it to. 40-15. 2 set points. And there's a set for Muchova. We're going 3, guys. We'll be right back. You stay right there. We'll talk about what just happened. Pretty crazy. All right, third set. Noskova serving first, 15 love. This is a huge test right here. Let's see if Noskova can play her game and be competitive here. I mean, common sense would tell you that she's going to fall apart here, that Muchova is going to win very comfortably. That's what most of the time happens in these circumstances. But if she's really mentally strong, which obviously she didn't display that when she was close to the title, but if real mental strength, you know, the greatest players, they can come back from something like this and they can win the third set. They can. So maybe Noskova can too. We shall see. She's going to have to dig really deep to win this third set. And on top of that, like, I don't want to be repetitive, but Muchova has raised her game. She's a completely different player. Muchova was giving a lot of mistakes in the first set and a half. Not anymore. And she's playing more aggressive too. And now the mistakes are coming from Noskova. 15-30. There's a nice serve from Noskova and a good body language. There you go. I like that. The fist bump. You know, the coaching box gotta hype her up now. They gotta help her. They gotta encourage her. They gotta help her big time here. I'm not saying they're not doing that. I don't see them. I don't know what they're doing, but just I'm saying generally this is where coaching can help. But a very easy forehand error from Noskova. A tricky return, yes, but she was making all these shots the first set and a half, and his break point, 30-40. Another great serve, but a tricky return from Muchova, and Noskova takes care of business there, but that could have been a disaster. Similar to the break point at 5-all, right? Yes. At 5-all, she had a similar, kind of a fortunate return from Muchova, and then she missed the easy forehand, and she lost serve. Second serve, 40-all. Good return from Muchova there, backhand slice from Noskova. And Muchova playing well right now. The forehand's no more hiccups on the forehand. She is able to redirect her forehand well now. Put a lot of spin on it. There's a break point chance for Muchova. Nick, have you ever gave away a match like this? Yes, I have. I lost one. I remember it. It was in Frieden, the prize money tournament. Germany was up 6-3, 40 love on my serve. I mean 5-3, 40 love on my serve in the third. And it was the day when I began to string rackets. Because prior to that, it was my mom who was stringing my rackets, and my dad's like, "No, she's not stringing your rackets anymore, dude. You better learn." I don't know how old I was, maybe 16 or 17. Good job by Noskova saving that break point with a beautiful forehand winner inside out. Noskova's got to hold here. She's got to hold. But Muchova is playing tough right now. It's going to be difficult. Beautiful point there. She comes in, inside out backhand volley winner. Another break point opportunity for Muchova. Let me see. I lost several matches like that. I have to remember now. And there was one match that destroyed me. Like I actually didn't play tennis for for 2 years after that. It destroyed me. I made a video about that. Maybe I'll link it here if you guys are interested. It was the video thumbnail is "I Quit." I share a story of my last college match, which broke my heart. That match broke my heart. I didn't necessarily lose. It's kind of complicated to explain, but that match killed me. My last college match, I didn't want to play tennis anymore. That destroyed me. I mean, eventually I started playing again. I love it, but for a while I just couldn't. It destroyed me. It breaks. It hurts. It hurts. It breaks your heart, something like that. When you have the match on your racket and you can't get it, But a nice forehand from Noskova there to save another breakpoint chance. There you go. The box is standing up. I like that. But come on, get engaged, guys, over there in the box. Come on, pump her up. 40 all. Save 3 breakpoints in this game. Maybe this could flip something in her if she can get out of this game. There's that wide serve again. But Muchova gets it in play. Finally, she gets a point off that serve. That serve was giving her so many points in the first set and a half. This one right here. You know, maybe it's like sometimes it's shorter, sometimes it's a little bit longer, but she hits it close to the line. Muchova returns from here. That play has been working big time, and then all of a sudden, she abandoned it a little bit in that game where she served for the match. And it's also stopped working because she started missing forehands. Because the serve wasn't as accurate, because Muchova started returning way better. Second serve. I'll send the link to that video and I'll pin it, okay? Just let this game end. I'll do it on a changeover. And Muchova pumps her fist there. Very, very good body language from Noskova. I always confusing the names. Jesus. Good body language from Noskova. Pumps her fist there and gets out of the service game, saves 3 breakpoints. So near the match, but showing the match point, on the return game she had 3, right? She missed a lot of backhands. She was tight on the backhand, and then she had one on the first one was double fault on her serve, and the second one, she actually made the first serve. Oh no, they didn't show the breakpoint. I don't know what they're showing. I don't know. I'm done. What's the other YouTube channel? It's Intuitive Tennis 24/7. Subscribe to it. There's a lot of instructional videos on there, a lot of shorts, a lot of instruction. You won't find videos like this. Maybe sometimes you will. Like I talked about Bondrasova's doping case in a recent video there. So subscribe to both of my channels. You'll find videos of all kinds there. But let me quickly look up that video. I'll put it right here and I'll link it, okay? Just one sec. Lot 15. So good return right there. Clean forehand winner from Noskova. Okay, here it is, guys. I'm gonna put it in the chat, okay? Nice point from Muchova there, 15 all. Okay, let me pin that real quick. And then we're going to be set, guys. I can't, let me see. Can I pin this thing? Pin message. It's pinned, guys. You can watch it later after this match. You can watch that video. And it's 15:30. Maybe Noskova can go up a break in this third set. Let's see. And Noskova cannot finish with her forehand nearly as much as she was able to do in the first set and a half. Now, many mistakes coming off that forehand wing. She's trying to put Muchova away, who's playing phenomenal defense and eventually ends up missing cross court. 30 all. Still in a good position here to break, though, Noskova. No, Anna, it's not a sad video. It's always motivational. My video is always an attempt to be motivational. It's not sad at all. Muchova really ripping the forehand. And ever since she was down 2-5, however, ball goes right on the line off the backhand wing of Noskova, and we got a break point opportunity here, 30-40. Definitely the speed of shot seems higher with Muchova since 5-2 in the second set. It's hit the ball harder. But still, Noskova in a good position right here. Second serve. There's a break for Noskova, and she pumps herself up. Up a break. Now look, if Noskova is able to win this third set, this would be one of the most impressive things that I've seen on a tennis court. To be able to win the third set in the final of Wimbledon after what happened in that second set with the 5 match points, that would be incredibly impressive. So we're still far from it though. But this is an opportunity right here to fix the mistakes. From the second set when she was up a break. And again, that she lost that wide serve. She got to stop using it now because Muchova is returning really well off the forehand when Noskova serves wide. She's going to have to mix it up more on that side now. That was a big return there from Muchova. Love 15. Second serve. And a big down the line forehand from Noskova. 15 all. If Noskova comes through this, again, one of the most impressive things that I've ever seen if it happens. Because normally the player that blows all these chances will fall apart in the third set. 15-30. ATX Super Daves, will nerve strike again? Yeah, of course. Of course it can. We're going to redo the poll now. It's a break point chance saved by Noskova. Back to deuce. See here, hold on. I'm going to end this one first. Hold on. Nice play there from... Hold on a second. What is going on over here? Nice drop shot there from Muchova, and also very aggressive backhand down the line. And we're back to deuce. All right, guys, new poll. This is a good time to ask. A good time to ask the question, who will win this match? Because it's so tough to call right now. It's a phenomenal backhand down the line passing shot from Muchova. A breakpoint chance. You know, what's so interesting is that arguably the second best server on the WTA Tour is having such a hard time on her serve right now. She has not held serve since that 5-3 game. That's the last time she held serve was to go up 5-2. So can she hold here? Oh, she held the first game. My bad. Sorry about that. She held the first game. Never mind that. But she's having a lot of trouble on her service games other than the first game of this set. Let's put it that way. It's not holding like she was in the beginning of this match. But again, we got to give credit to Muchova because she's coming up with some really good shots, returning well, playing good defense. But it's a good poll right here because it's so hard to call right now. People are still favoring Muchova 55-45. It's a big serve from Noskova right there, add in. It'll be huge to hold right here for Noskova. And once this game's over, we're going to get into the stats. Second serve from Noskova. Careful backhand from Noskova. She goes down the line very long and extracts the error from Muchova, who hits the forehand to the net, 3-love. This was a gigantic hold from Noskova right here. And she's displayed very positive body language in this third set, pumping herself up when she held the first game. Of course, she completely exploded, you know, when she broke. And now, again, coming through this very difficult game, going up 3-love in the third. This is so incredibly impressive because I thought it was going to be the other way around. So let's go through the stats and we'll try to figure out what's going on. But this is the type of match, the stats, I won't tell you the story, you know. The stats will not tell you the story of this drama. It's pure drama. Yeah, the stats have evened out quite a bit. It's a very even match now. You know, there was a huge discrepancy in first serve points won, but that's completely flipped. It was like around 50% for Muchova, and it was like 85% for Noskova. First serve points won. That's flipped. Now it's like actually Muchova has a higher first serve percentage of first serve points won. No, I take that back. She has a higher first serve percentage, 67. Noskova has 60. And first serve points won went up on Muchova. It's at 60%. And it's still higher for Noskova by a good margin, 74%. And second serve points won are pretty even, 46% for Muchova, 49% for Noskova. But, you know, the stats won't tell you it won't be able to tell you the drama of this match. And that's what makes tennis a brutal sport, something like this. Because again, if you end up losing a match like this will stay in your mind for a long time. Depends a little bit on the player, of course, and on the personality, but it certainly can't stick around for a long time. So Noskova finds herself in a situation here where she can still somehow win this match, which would be incredible. Now, here's one way to look at this, because love 15, a big return from Noskova. She looks like she opened up her game a little bit again, playing more freely. She was the far better player all the way up to those match points. And then, Muchova started playing well in that 5-2 game. Once she got out of a couple of those match points, Muchova really started finding her game. And then Muchova was the better player for the remainder of the second set. But Noskova could reestablish herself as the better player in this third set because she was dominating Muchova with her very aggressive game. Hitting so deep, overpowering Muchova basically. Yes, Muchova was giving her some mistakes, but she was serving exceptionally well, and she can get back to that if she can hold her nerves, which is going to be a huge question, especially if this stays within one break difference. That's why I like these games when she's already up a break to build up the insurance break. They're going to be huge for Noskova, so she doesn't have to serve with pressure. She can serve a little bit more freely. 30-15. Drop shot from Noskova looks a lot better, and she's actually moving a little bit faster too. She had a look there for the angle backhand shot, but that forehand dropper looked better. She hit some droppers in that late in the second set that looked very nervous, and it didn't look like the normal Noskova field game. 40-15. Drop shot from Muchova, very good, but Noskova runs it down and hits a spectacular forehand shot on the run. I feel like Noskova is moving better. I feel like the feet looked heavier to me late in that second set, and that's understandable too. When you're nervous, you don't move quite as freely, and you're not as explosive. But I feel like in this game, she had to run for a couple of shots, and she looked very explosive again. Looked way faster to me. 40-30. Very tricky shadow right now on the court. A beautiful down the line forehand from Muchova. We got 3-1. Muchova drinking a soda. I think it's a little early for the soda. A 3-love. If it goes into a tiebreak, she's going to be in trouble. You don't want to drink a soda this early in the third set. I think that's a mistake from Muchova. You drink a soda at like 5-4, maybe 4-3, but at 3-love, it's too early for the soda. Nice serve there from Noskova, 15-love. Because what's going to happen is you burn through that soda. You're going to burn through it in about 10-15 minutes. And then you're going to have a little bit of a down. Forehand drop shot from Noskova. She brings Muchova in, and a lob. It goes in. Tweener from Muchova, and it's in. What a rally. Maybe the rally of the match. Incredible tweener from Muchova, but Noskova rock solid again. She's looking better. Knocks off that forehand winner inside out, but where she looks better is that drop shot lob combo. Very difficult lob, so the feel is back. First serve in from Noskova, backhand slice. And a forehand inside in winner from Muchova. Level of play increased drastically in this third set. Both players playing well. For about a set and a half, it was Noskova playing well, not so much Muchova, and then it was Muchova playing well, Noskova being tight, but now I feel like both players are at a higher level. We were complaining about the final being too short, under an hour, and now we're at 2 hours and 12 minutes, and now we're like, we don't need best of 5, keep it best of 3. It's working. That's why you never know with tennis, it's You never know. This could have been over so easily 45 minutes ago. Forehand drop shot from Muchova. Noskova runs it down, and she knocks off that high volley, pumps her fist, very positive body language, 40-15. Also, I want to be fair to Noskova because I watched her play a lot. And her body language, even when she's at her best, when there's no pressure, is similar to, there's a certain way she walks around, and she might always play quite fast. So in that stage, when she was trying to close out the match in the second set, I don't know if she was necessarily doing anything different from what she normally does. But having said that, I still felt like maybe that she should have just slowed down a little bit. But a fantastic hold again from Noskova. She's back, serving well, putting a lot of pressure on Muchova, dictating with her forehand, going into the backhand corner, then back into the forehand corner, overpowering Muchova. 4-1. But you know what I mean? Like, if a player naturally plays fast, like Andy Roddick and Leighton Hewitt style, like, maybe to tell them to slow down would actually not be the greatest thing. But I don't know. I always feel like when it's when you're close to finishing it, maybe, look, you can make the argument that taking too much time sometimes is bad too. That's sometimes bad too. Certainly, you would have to talk to Noskova and find out what she was thinking about in those stages, how she was feeling, how nervous she was. Did she have a clear mind of what she was going to do on the match point? Did she rush maybe with her decision making? Or did she just play without making any plan? So you would have to talk to her to find out what was going on and potentially make changes that she could apply next time she finds herself in that situation, even though you can't, that's something that you can't ever replicate. Yeah, good luck trying to replicate winning Wimbledon for the first time, and the emotions that you feel in that circumstance. You can't. That's what makes tennis so tough. Sinner Zverev tomorrow at what time? 10 a.m.? That's a good time, Eastern time. 10 a.m. Eastern is good. That's good. We'll be on time as always over here at Intuitive Tennis. You guys know that. 4-1, Muchova serving. Thank you, ATP 10101. Appreciate you. Get us to 100 likes, guys. Get us to 100 likes. Forehand goes long from Noskova. 15 love. ATP 10101, you're late. You missed maybe the most dramatic set of the entire women's tournament. I mean, it was incredibly nerve-wracking. And look, most of us don't, I don't know if a lot of people are Noskova fans or Muchova fans. Certainly, I think a lot of people are neutral on this one and just watching neutrally. And it was tough to watch, I'll be honest. That was tough to watch, so close to the victory, and then just 5 match points. What is it, 2 on her own serve? It was tough to watch. But maybe there'll be a happy end for Noskova after all. Double fault for Muchova, the first one of the match. And we're at 15 all. If she can break here, I mean, that'd be a more comfortable way to serve this thing out at 5-1. So she's got to put a tremendous amount of intensity into this game. She misses that inside-out backhand return wide. 30-15. Ace for Muchova, 40-15. Reba, they just put it on the screen. It starts at 10 a.m. You saying it starts at 11 a.m., the men's final? I'm going to look it up. Hold on. Because if it's 11, they put it in wrong here on ESPN. It's a very strong shot from Noskova, puts pressure on Muchova, who dumps the forehand into the net. 40-30. Okay, let's see. Day 14, the final day. It's going to be, yeah, you're right, actually. You're right, Reba. ESPN is wrong. It says 16, meaning 4 o'clock, which is, I looked it up, it's the same as today. It's 11 o'clock. Guys, let me know in the chat, what's 16? Like 4 p.m. London time, that's 11 Eastern, isn't it? Because that's what it was today. I remember it was also 4 p.m. Scheduled, then it turned out to be 11 a.m. So let me know what that is in Eastern time. 4 o'clock in London, 4 p.m. 4-2 Noskova. And a very solid start to the game. Slider out wide, inside out forehand winner, 15 love. Now the first serve from Noskova, inside out forehand winner. What a fantastic way to start this game. Now remember, when she served for the match, she started the game phenomenally well and got up 30 love. And then she missed the backhand. And then the nightmare started. So that 30 love point is so huge. I tell this to people. The difference between 40 love and 30-15 is so humongous in a game. That's why you got to play that 30 love point with a lot of urgency, with a lot of intensity. And there it is. Big second serve out wide. Draws the forehand return error from Muchova, 40 love. Melab can see another nerve-wracking 5-3. Hilarious. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe it's going to be 2 times in a row at 5-3. A nightmare game. Maybe it'll be another nightmare 5-2. Remember 5-2 game? That was even worse than the 5-3 game almost. Those 2 games probably took like a half hour. Those 2 games were nightmares. You know, some good tennis in them for sure, but definitely some nervy tennis. 5-2 Noskova. Who would have thought this was possible? I certainly didn't. I certainly did. But I remember the first point of the third set, she pumped herself up and did a fist pump. And I'm like, that's a very positive sign. Like, okay, she's in the right mindset there. She did the right work on the changeover in between sets. Honestly, if she comes through this, it's one of the most impressive things that I've seen on the WTA Tour. Because, like I said, this goes the other way most of the time. Most of the time. Hey, Nick, what county in South Florida do you live in? I live in Palm Beach County, PBC. That's all I say. I don't want to dox myself. I live in Palm Beach County. Lived here for the last 20 years. Exclusively lived in the Palm Beach County since I moved to Florida. Here are Czech champions. A lot of great Czech tennis players. Let's not forget that Navratilova and Lendl are also Czech. They played under the American flag, but they're Czech as well. It's a great tennis nation. Czechia. Big return there from Noskova. Big backhand down the line. And the forehand drop shot. It doesn't work. Muchova moving so well. Muchova she lifted her game big time though, because a point like this often went in Noskova's way in the first set and a half, and now even though she's down a break, I feel like her level is still higher. So this will be tough to put away for Noskova still. I think Maylob is right. It's going to be interesting to see that 5-3 game. Because, yeah, Noskova is playing well still. MC said, are you going to try the Wilson Defier? Yeah, I'm trying to get my hands on that thing. I've gotta when this tournament is over on Monday. That's a nice backhand down the line from Muchova, 30 love. When this tournament is over on Monday morning, I'm gonna go to some pro shops and try to get my hands on. If I can, I don't know. It's not available yet anywhere, so it's gonna be tough to get. I don't have a connection with Wilson. I don't have a affiliate connection with Tennis Warehouse or anything like that by choice. I was in talks with them, but by choice I decided not to do it. So the one downside of that is that I don't get access to all rackets early, like some of the other people. So I would love to make a video on that because I have a lot to say about the Wilson Defier. I have a lot to say. That's a wild forehand return error from Noskova there. Maybe a slight mishit, 40 love. Will that be racket 65th? No, I won't get that one for myself. It's just it would just be a test for a video. The beautiful hold there from Muchova. Very, very good level in the service game. And it's 5-3 again. Like Maylob said, 5-3 is going to be a nightmare. Let's see. Let's see if Maylob is right. Here we go. Noskova misses the first serve, second serve. Very, very tricky shadow too on the court. Covering just the left side of the far side from our perspective. Noskova staying very low and ripping. And it's Muchova who doesn't move her feet well enough, reaches for the ball forward, sprays it wide. 15 love. Again, Noskova playing very fast in between these points, but I guess that's just how she plays. Big serve down the tee. Noskova chips the ball. And Noskova dumps a forehand into the net. Yikes! 15-all. It's Maylob right. Will this be another nightmare? Let's see. This is a nerve wrecker. Can you imagine being the parents of either one of them? Down the line backhand from Noskova. Middle backhand from Noskova. Muchova holding well in this rally. Playing. Whoa, what a backhand from Noskova. And a forehand cross-court winner. What a rally here. Wow. Wow, this is incredible from Noskova because Muchova is on fire in this rally, playing great defense. And that backhand that she ripped cross-court, that was like a Zverev type angle. This incredible angle on that backhand. And I had the whole court to work with there. I hit a forehand winner cross-court, 30-15. She's abandoning a lot of tosses, Noskova. Ace! She's got 2 match points. Ace down the tee off a 12 o'clock toss. Kind of looked like a kicker. Don't know whether that was on purpose or not, because she's been catching a lot of tosses, and here's match point. She doesn't take a lot of time. She's ready to serve. Let's see if she can serve this out. 40-15. And she catches another toss. Big T serve, and she wins this match. Can you believe it? Can you believe that she won this? Can you believe it? And the spam caller at the perfect time. Can you believe she wins this match? I really can't. This is one of the most unbelievable things that I've seen. And, you know, for the sake of Noskova's just happiness as a tennis player, you know, I'm glad that she won. I'll be honest with you. I feel for Muchova, it's a brutal one. But, man, if she would have lost this match, those 5 match points, 2 on her own serve, and like she had second serve match points in that 5-2 game, this would have been so difficult to handle. It could have derailed the whole career. Look, I don't know. I feel like she had this match in her hands, and it's kind of deserved that she won this third set. She played incredibly well. I can't believe that she turned this around. I mean, this is mental strength galore. You know, this is one of these things where you see mental weakness in a match. You know, if you want to call like being tied mental weakness, you know, which is something that happens very natural, sounds kind of bad, but it's not really that bad. It's something that every tennis player experiences, and we can't imagine what it feels like to, you know, be so close to winning Wimbledon. So it's natural for it to happen. But you go from that, from this unbelievable failure of trying to get your title, and you're so close, one shot away. And Muchova finds her game. She's playing well, and now you're in the third set. You're so far away from the title, and you put yourself together and you play a rock solid third set. I mean, it's so incredibly impressive. It's so incredibly impressive from Noskova. I got to tell you, wow. Yeah, tennis is a brutal sport. Tennis is a brutal game. You know, it's incredible, crazy. Whoa! And we thought it's going to be 2-2, and we were going to complain. You know, not that I was going to complain, but a lot of you guys would have been like, "Oh, equal prize money. This is so horrible. WTA is horrendous." But look what we got. We got pure entertainment, which we could have easily not gotten. That's what tennis sometimes is like. It's luck, you know. You get a great match, or you get a match that's over an hour. But this was incredibly entertaining, I gotta say. Incredibly entertaining, and I want to thank you guys for being here. We got one more match to go, the men's final, and it's going to be very interesting. Muchova left her off the hook at 1-love in the third set. Look, yes, I mean, that was an important phase of that third set, but Noskova stepped up her game. It's not like Muchova fell apart. I felt that Muchova played a good third set. She didn't play as poorly as she did in the first set, or maybe in the first half of the second set and the third. It was more Noskova who raised her game. I don't think her level dropped off that much. Muchova, maybe you can make an argument. Maybe the intensity maybe dropped a little bit. Maybe she could have like hyped herself up, did certain things to keep the energy level up in the beginning of that third. But I thought Muchova was playing well in the third set, and it was just Noskova who just miraculously put herself together and picked off where she left off at 6-2, 5-2. That's pretty much it. So guys, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to let you watch the trophy ceremony like always. We're going to leave the chat up for another 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes or so. Maybe not 15, maybe like 5 to 10 minutes. We'll leave the chat up. And again, remember, I asked you guys, what's 4 p.m. England time? Can you guys tell me real quick? What's 4 p.m. England time? Is that 11 a.m. Eastern? Because I'm in Eastern time here. What is 4 p.m. London time? What's that in Eastern? Let me know, guys. Let me know. Yes, 11 Eastern. It's 11 Eastern, same time as today. Okay, good to have the confirmation. Good to have the confirmation, guys. All right, again, thank you so much for joining the live. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 11 Eastern for the men's final. Take care, guys.